Each month, we ask a well-known woman to take part in our Take 5 series. It's been a highlight for us and for you say, as we laugh with them and learn from them, as these special guests answer 5 viewer-submitted questions on the spot. But this month's featured Take 5 guest is a woman you've been learning from for 13 years now here on Studio 5. She's empowered us to find the art and passion in cooking, but today we're not learning a new recipe, we are learning about her. Heather Smith is the brand developer of Orson Gygi, a name we all know, love, and revere. The family-owned wholesale and kitchen supply store in Salt Lake City was founded by Heather's great-grandfather in 1945. Heather, though, describes Orson Gygi as her hobby. She's committed to catering the store's products to you and your needs as a home cook because she's a home cook herself. Her and her husband, Matt, have 4 darling kids who occasionally come with her to the studio, and we love when they do. Welcome to Studio 5. I say that officially. Welcome to Studio 5. Welcome to the Take 5 chair.
Thank you. Well, and you said 13 years, so I'm surprised you let me come when I was 6.
I mean, the math on that. We should be arrested.
Yes.
You are a treat. And I don't mean that as a pun because of the great food that you bring to us each and every time you come to the studio, but you're a treat of a gal. And I'm not just saying this because we're sitting here, but often I reflect on how fortunate it feels to interact with such caliber quality women. And I regularly think that after I leave a show that you've been on. You're just fun. You're a fun girlfriend.
I think the same of you, and you guys have really built a beautiful group of people here that we get to learn from every day, and I just feel so privileged to be a part of it.
Well, you're part of that. And I imagine there's a privilege, Heather, in carrying on the family legacy that is Orson Gygi. Yeah. I mean, my grandma went to Orson Gygi. Yeah. I now go to Orson. What's that like to be at the center of a place that connects people over the things that matter, which is family, food, connections, togetherness?
Totally. With 4 generations, it feels a little daunting, right? Because you have the pressures of carrying on what people put their lives into. Yeah. But at the same time, it just is what we've been taught. We lovingly refer to Gygi's as kind of like our farm, right? Our dad would teach us, if we wanted anything in life, we'd had to come work for it. And so we're doing the same for our kids. And I'm so grateful for that privilege to be able to work hard, but also do something that I love so much.
I want to ask you about your kids. You have 4, ranging from, is it 16 to 7?
Yes.
What do you love about this phase in particular?
Well, we kind of have it in 2 phases. Our first 2 are 16 and 15, and then we have 10 and 7. And it's so fun to have this little this area right there.
These 2 little bookends.
There's no more diapers. There's no, but they all have their own personalities. And the older 2 love to stay out, and they're very social, and that keeps us up. And then our other 2 are a little bit more homebodies, and so we just get to love on them a little bit more. Yeah. But kids are so fun, and to be able to share my passion of cooking with them. They each have their things that they love to do, and so it's fun to see that.
Well, it's interesting to hear you describe Orson Gygi as a hobby, but I get it in that these are things you love. You're cooking, you're feeding your family, you're throwing parties and gatherings, so it works kind of an extension of who you are.
Absolutely, and I have to make sure everyone knows this, because when people talk to my kids, they're like, I bet your mom cooks the most amazing things. They're like, we had Chick-fil-A last night. There's a balance to everything, right? But we love to celebrate with food, and we love to teach those things. And so we're not eating filet mignon every night, but we're definitely making sure that we at least sit at the table.
And I love thinking, and it must be a payoff for you as well, thinking how you've inspired other women to do what you just described. All right.
I hope so.
Time to dip in. Are you ready?
I'm a little nervous.
Heather, for the first time, came propless to the studio.
I brought my keys. That's it.
So freeing. Dip on in. Viewers have submitted these questions. Okay. They run the range.
I think there's 2.
All right, we'll take. Okay. Well, 1 fish got sent back to sea. Heather, how do you stay connected to your siblings?
Oh, well, this is really easy because I have 5 sisters. So we were very fortunate to have a very close aging group. We're very close in age. And so having 5 sisters is like 5 best friends.
Isn't it the best?
I mean, while I'm waiting here, Candace is texting me, hey, we need to talk. We haven't talked to you in a minute. I'm like, I'm at Studio 5. She's like, I miss our Studio 5 dates. Yeah. And so honestly, it's just reaching out to each other, finding those common things. Our kids are all close in age, and so finding ways to just get them together. Her son's always texting, can I have a sleepover? And so it's fun to have them just come together. But just those little things, I feel like just send a text. If they pop in your head,
do it.
Just send it.
I hear you describing kind of a natural connection, but I like that you highlighted the need to put effort into it as well. Like the thought hits your heart, send it through your fingers.
Every relationship requires some type of effort.
Yeah, good one. All right, dip 2.
Okay, sorry I put the other one back.
2. Well, that fish is sad. It wanted to play today, but what was your biggest surprise about marriage?
Oh, biggest surprise.
You and Matt have been married
Good question.
Another math question?
17 years.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay.
I think the biggest thing was just, one of the things we learned early on was family traditions, you know, trying to combine those things and not putting too much priority on one or the other.
Did he come from a traditional family?
We both do,
Yeah.
we both have like Christmas Eve, and so had to navigate that. But it also then like finding our own, and that's been fun too, where we've had to set those boundaries and be like, we'll come to this, but we also need to like build our own for our kids. So.
Yeah, it's an interesting position to be in when you realize you have to start stepping forward with your own nuclear family's interests.
But then as like family ages too, like now we feel a little bit more like we need to help our parents to keep those things going because it's harder for our parents as they get a little bit older.
That tradition becomes responsibility.
Yeah, and so now I'm like, okay, I'll do Sunday dinners, or we'll do game night, or whatever that is.
Yeah.
So.
All right, time for one more before commercial, then we'll break and come back with our final two.
Okay.
Are you and Matt more similar in your personalities?
We're pretty similar.
4 personalities.
He says I'm a little more bossy, but that's not a bad thing.
Compliment. If you have an hour of free time, what do you do? Busy working mom, 4 kids, husband. What do you do with that hour of just you time?
Good question. I find myself just like sitting in quiet. I know that's like I feel like we're bombarded with noise all the time. And so if my kids are like, Mom, you're just sitting in your car. Like, and I get home from a busy day or whatever, I'm like, give me 10 minutes. Let me just sit here. Let me just think about the things. And then it helps to process. But honestly,
are you a journaler? Are you
I need to be better at it, but I mean a little bit.
Because I read you as a reflective soul. Like to hear you say you like quiet and you like kind of the rumination, that doesn't surprise me.
And I thrive off excitement and connection.
Yeah.
And so sometimes I just need a moment to myself.
It's that balance.
If I had an hour, I think I would probably just find me somewhere looking for the sun, somewhere warm, and I'm just hanging out.
Look at you hitting these questions out of the park. We've got 2 more viewer submitted questions, and Heather will take those on when we come back. Well done. I'm back with Heather Smith, brand developer of the classy and loved houseware store Orson Gygi. She's our featured Take 5 guest this month, and we have 2 more questions. 2 more viewer questions.
Excited. They haven't been too bad.
I said to Heather during the commercial break, you're a natural girlfriend, and that's such a compliment. Like you are. I feel like so many women probably feel like they share the same connection with you that I do. You pulled 2.
Okay, there we go.
This is your fate.
Yes.
Right here.
And that is a long one.
Okay. What is something you did in your family growing up that you know you want to make sure happens in yours?
I love how my mom celebrated the small things. And so whether it was like our birthdays and she made it like a really fun thing, like it was truly like our special thing. And I'm not good at this. And so this is like one of my life goals is to become better at that because my mom was a stay-at-home mom and I like loved everything she was able to do. But being a working mom, I'm not like home as much as I would like to be. And so, but she just made everything feel so special. So whether it was like St. Patrick's Day and a little leprechaun came or whatever it was, I'm like, I love those small little things. And they weren't over the top. There wasn't gifts galore. It wasn't like, but it was just making us feel special.
And the fact that it stuck with you, that the small specialties stuck with you and you're still talking about them so many years later.
Well, my mom, I've noticed that she still does this. Well, we're all moved out of the house. She'll still stop by and just make us feel special. So I'm like, it's the little things that I have to remind myself that it's not the big gifts or like the grandiose things. It's just feeling noticed.
Why is that answer making me cry?
Oh.
That's really tender. That's sweet. Heather, final question from one of our viewers. What are some of your successes that you are most proud of?
It's something that we kind of were talking about. I love helping women. I love helping, now I'm going to cry. I think this world, it deserves strong women. And if we can help to foster that, whether it's in the kitchen or being at home or being strong moms or friends, it's helping people to see their strengths. And so that's where I find like the most excitement is like helping people to see their worth. Teresa that was here earlier, she helps with our classes. And to now see that, I'm like, look, we have the most amazing people here. And just helping people to gather together and give them a place to connect. Yeah. That's where I find like, okay, we're doing something good in this world.
Women are so good.
Oh my gosh.
They're so good. And the fact that part of your core mission is to celebrate that goodness and draw out that goodness, I think is so special. And we just got to see the best part of your heart on display. So thank you for doing this. This was so fun. No, it's part of it. It's like just a little therapy session all wrapped into one. We love you, Heather. Thank you for your goodness.